Hey y'all, welcome back to Chat and Chill Saturdays. It has been such a long time, and mainly because your girl was outside. Like, I was outside, and hold on, y'all. I done hooked up my MacBook to my phone so I get messages, and I don't know how to turn it off now. So here we are. Um, Yeah, it has been such a long time, and I am glad to be back in front of the camera. I actually felt a little bit of a nudge a couple months ago, and I was like, "Oh, I need to get back or whatever." And so I was like, "Oh, I'll get back when I get back." And I just kept like feeling the nudge. I really kept feeling the nudge, kept feeling the push to like return. And I was like, I don't even know what I want to talk about. What am I going to do? Just all the things that I was just thinking about. But we'll cover that later. I took some notes because I want to update y'all on everything that I could at least remember on why I've been gone so long. I've been traveling, like, to be honest. I have been traveling. I think my travel started in January, but I want to say it slowed down. So January, then I had a break until April, and then I traveled April, May, and June. The traveling was just like friends, mostly like friend stuff. I did host a retreat. One of my friends did get married. So it was like bachelorette party. Like I was in Miami, I was in Vegas, Savannah, Georgia, and I went to Montego Bay. And yeah, it was a blast. So in between like all of that, if y'all don't follow me on Instagram or TikTok or one of them platforms that I be posting on about my garden, I started gardening as well. And I want to say I started in April of this year. And I was serious this year, y'all. Like when I say serious, I was serious this year. I actually did research. I like went to a garden nursery instead of just going to my local store. So I did all of that, and it was pretty cool. So I did learn a lot with gardening, which we'll talk about. Let me see. Oh, my son went to day camp. That was lovely because he only goes to school part-time. So the summer is always like such a vibe because he's in camp for a longer period of time. And it's like, wow, get so much stuff done. Um, Definitely been in a gym, but I had my ups and downs with the gym, ups and downs, up and down, whatever. And honestly, I think this has just been a season of God just like teaching me things, if that makes sense. Like, I wish I had my other phone. But yeah, this has been a season of God just like really, really teaching me things and showing me stuff too. And I've been learning a lot. I've been just in a place of building. I've been in um a space of just enjoying the moment. I think it is so important to enjoy the moment. So I know I have been like vlogging a lot when I was like going on my trips. And the crazy thing is, y'all, I still haven't put together the content from um let me see. I did Miami. I didn't show a lot because I was there with friends and everybody not comfortable with being like on the internet. So I did as much as I could, which was like mainly workouts and some like outside stuff. We got a grill. I should have worn my grill, y'all. I got a grill. Um, Vegas, I did not post a lot because again, like I was with other people and they're not really into like the whole posting on internet stuff. So I just have content. Some things I may have posted, but not a lot. Savannah, I still have content to post. I co-hosted my first retreat. I had never been to Savannah before. I've always wanted to visit Savannah. Fun fact, I actually almost went to grad school in Savannah. Glad that I didn't because I actually saw Savannah State and I was like, whoa, Baby, the way I would have been fighting for my life in the middle of nowhere, like I ain't gonna say it's in the middle of nowhere, but I wouldn't have enjoyed it. And maybe just that part of Savannah because I saw a different part, like the suburbs, and I was like, oh, it looked like home. And then Jamaica, like I looked back and I was like, where was my phone? In my husband's pocket. I did not get a lot of content. I think maybe one day I got content, but it wasn't really nothing. It was just us going down the road. And I was just cracking up because I legit did not get a lot of content from like those trips or whatever. And so, hold on, yeah, I need to log into my other phone. Okay. And so, yeah, I didn't. Oh, hey y'all. See, so let me tell y'all, I'm recording on a different app. So I can't see comments. I don't know how to see comments. But hey, my husband logged in. He had to mic check me. And then hey Coach Naquandra. So yeah, so that was like my summer and then I was gardening and when I started gardening, it was in April and it was just time to like get stuff together or whatever. So it wasn't a big deal. My husband was home. He really has the green thumb and I'm just here along for the ride, okay? And so when we went to Jamaica, we were in Jamaica for a longer period of time, and y'all came back. My polar garden, I had to bring it back to life. I told my mom to water it, and she did. But I'm like, what happened? Like my garden just looked pitiful, pitiful. But even in gardening, like the Lord was teaching me lessons about like when you plant seeds and harvest and pruning and all the things. And I just did not realize that I was going to have so much revelation um, over the summer through gardening. Like it was good. And so I'm going to share a little bit of that with you all today and just kind of what that looks like. I just want to give y'all a quick update. I will hopefully be back. Oh, and when I did want to come back, I got sick. I was sick for like a good 4 weeks of sick and then like 2 weeks. So you might as well say like 5 or 6 weeks maybe. I had this cough and it just would not go away. Like I wasn't able to talk for long periods of time. It was just, it was just not good at all. So yeah, I'm back. But I wanted to tie all of that in to say I have been in a place of obedience and y'all do not like the way this camera looks when like I'm looking at it on my other phone. It looks terrible. Like I'm gonna talk about this on my private podcast, which y'all need to subscribe to because I'm not gonna let my thoughts out here, but I'll let my thoughts out over there. Anyways, I said all that to say, like, this has been a season of obedience. This has been a season of pruning for me. God was teaching me lessons through my garden because I didn't know that I had to prune. And so one of my friends, I call her a master gardener, and she was like really my teacher. And so shout out to you, Carissa. And so I was like, yeah, I got all these like leaves and flowers and I'm thinking like the garden's doing good. And she's like, girl, you need to prune. It's like she's teaching me like all this garden lingo. I'm like, cut them off. She's like, you need to prune. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna prune or whatever. And so she was like, because when you prune, it helps like redirect the energy uh to the things that need to grow instead of to the leaves because the leaf like when you don't prune you have a bunch of leaves like the energy goes more into growing the leaves which are not necessarily bearing fruit, right, or bearing vegetables in my case or herbs or whatever. It's not bearing anything. And so I had to cut things off in order for the energy to be redirected. And so in that I was like, oh my god, like we were just really talking about how God does that and how he he has us prune. And I think this summer there was a lot of pruning of things. There was a lot of pruning in just like business in general, and pruning in a sense of getting rid of things that no longer serve me, not doing things that no longer serve me. And like I said, I've just been in a space of being intentional. No, I've just been in a space of being intentional. And so I just had to let things go. I had to cut things back. I had to simplify systems. Like, to be honest, I had two websites and I was like, why am I paying for two websites? Like, that is crazy work. And so I am down to, actually, I had three websites, and one was no longer serving me because number one, they was going up, and it was time. So I combined the project management website and the Mommy Franchise website together. And the Mommy Franchise website is more so for um like for the community, or when you have a business and you're trying to get funding and stuff, they want to see things. Plus, I was in the middle of like trademarking, which I am officially trademarked, so I got that news. I'm trademarked in two classes for the Mommy Franchise. I was trademarked like a year or so ago, but I got trademarked in a different class, which is so cool. And I'm working on my third trademark now. It probably won't come through until like the end of the year, beginning of next year. So shout out to the Lord, okay? Because yeah, he's been good in that sense. But anyways, I've just been obedient and like pruning and just letting go of things that no longer serve me in this season that I'm in. And it has been a little bit difficult. It has been strange, because you would think that it would be serving me, but it kind of wasn't. And so in my private podcast, we have been talking about becoming unmuted and really just I'm setting the ground, just like gardening. I'm setting the ground, like I'm making sure the soil is good before we plant the seeds, because the next, I think we're going to talk about purpose. But we've been talking about obedience for like the last 2 weeks, and how obedience can feel like a loss and doesn't always look like a gain, and it doesn't feel good. And um God sometimes wants us to like cut back on things, and it feels like punishment. And that's how pruning is. Like, I feel like I was punishing my plants. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm punishing I have bell peppers, and I'll, at the end of this, I'll post pics. There's like apparently like a community board or something. I don't know. You could post up to 10 pictures on that thing. So I'm about to post some pics on my garden. But I was like, oh my gosh, like if I cut the leaves off, like, are they going to die? Like, what's going to happen? Just like all these things. And so I was like, it felt weird because I felt like I'm chopping away at my plant. It felt weird because I'm like, I'm taking away like the leaves, the shade, and all the things. But once I like started looking into it, I'm like, oh no, those leaves do nothing. Like, it's the leaf, like me pruning was preparation for growth. And so the more I pruned, the more I noticed that my peppers and things are starting to grow. And even my strawberries, like I had cut that thing down because it was just like a bunch of leaves. And while it looks fruitful and pretty and all the things, I ain't wasn't getting no strawberries. So as soon as I started doing that, like I actually harvested like 4 strawberries. And I was like, wow, because I was harvesting none. Like they were just dying. I don't know if it was the heat or what, but it was insane. Like I was getting upset. And so, and it's kind of like that when you prune in your life, when you let things go that no longer serve you, when you stop doing things that are just taking up your energy. Even, and here's the thing, I know this is like really small, but I host Bible studies in my community, and I stopped recording them. Sure did. Stop recording them. Oh, yeah. One thing is these allergies, they've been getting your girl. I stopped recording them. Why? Because it was taking up time. Nobody was even like reviewing them or listening to them. And I know for me, I rarely listen to replays. So if I don't get it the first time or get it live, baby, that's it for me. Like I'm just not a replay girl. Number one, I don't have time. Especially if the replay is not like a clean replay. I like replays that are like podcasts. Get to the meat. So this church that I listen to, Zion Church, they have a podcast, and it's usually just like a recap of the sermon, or not a recap, but it is the sermon. And I love it because there's like Pastor Battle just gets right into it. Like he just jumps right into it. And I'm like, yes, because I don't need all the small talk and all, baby, let's get to the money, okay? So anyways, I don't even know where I was going with that because I went off on a tangent, which is why I be having notes. So yeah, so cutting back leaves, cutting back things in my life has allowed me to see growth. It has allowed me to learn things. It has allowed me to just like really become better at stewarding my time and knowing what serves me and doesn't serve me. It's helping me create boundaries. Like I created boundaries this summer. And let me tell y'all, that has been the best part of my summer. I don't pick up my phone if I don't want to. I don't answer messages right away anymore. That has been the best. If I don't feel like going, I'm not going. And that goes for the gym too. I was working out this summer. At a point, I thought it was like 7 days a week. And I was like, oh no, girl. Like, I'm tired. Okay. I'm tired. But um, but in working out 7 days a week, it was more so like I want to say it was fun workouts. Like I don't know if that makes sense, but they were fun workouts. So hold on. Okay, yeah, I think I'm frozen. Am I frozen? No. Okay, there it is. They were fun workouts, but I was like, this is too much. Like I have to cut back somewhere. So then I cut back to like 6 days, 5 or 6 days a week. But in the summer, I can do that. And when I say workout, it might mean like I'm getting up to walk. I was doing, at a point, I was doing like 2 days because there was a spin class on Wednesday and then I was going to Aqua at night. So I was working out like Sunday doing either weights or cardio, Monday with my trainer, Tuesday weights, Wednesday, like I said, was at 2 a day. Thursday, I think I took a break. Friday I was doing my stretch class and then Saturday aqua as well. So yes, I did. It was 6 days a week. And so I was like, ooh, like, yeah, this is cool for now, but I know when school starts, it's not going to happen and school has started. And so I had to like cut back and it's fine. It's fine. I had to cut back and I was like, I can't go this hard. Number one, because I just felt like I wasn't at home a lot and I was just tired of getting up. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I was just tired of getting up. But in all of this, the Lord actually brought something back to me that I had started doing years and years and years ago. Like I want to say even back as far as like 2015, I had actually started coaching. And it was business coaching, y'all. And in that, the Lord was like teaching me things looking back. I just did not have the right systems. I didn't have the right foundation, much like gardening. I just did not have it. And so I let it go. I got frustrated. I was way undercharging. Um, I had to let go of different offers. Like I said, I was business coaching and I wanted to do the business coaching where people first like start business. And I realized that I didn't have the patience for that. That was not on my list of things to do. Um, and it really felt like a loss. And I was like, God, what do you want me to do? Because I was like picking it up, putting it down, picking it up, putting it down. I had a beauty business that was like so good. It was becoming just this thing. Like I had a routine and I prayed and asked God, like, what is my purpose? And he basically was like, yeah, this is how I got into the mommy franchise and motherhood. And I was like, what? So, even with the business coaching, like I was undercharging. I was charging like $80 per session, which is crazy, okay, for the amount of work I was doing. Like at a point I was building websites for like $100. Like it was something. It was something. Um, and when I say it was something, I truly mean it was something. And it was stressful as heck. And I definitely know I was undercharging, but that's because I felt like I wasn't equipped, I guess you could say. I felt like I didn't have the skills and the knowledge, which is crazy because this is well after I graduated grad school. Whole MBA in business, concentration in project management, working in healthcare at the time. Then I had switched over and I think I became a contractor. Um, so I had the knowledge, but I was just really doubting myself. And so, yeah, I ain't there no more. We're gonna talk about that too. But I want to bring some scripture in. And plus at that time, like I love God, but I wasn't into my word like I am now. But when we're talking about pruning, we can look at John 15:2, and he says, every branch that does not bear fruit, he prunes that he may bear more fruit. And so that's the same thing with gardening. I like even like recently I'm like looking outside and I'm like, okay, wait, this like a little tree or plant or whatever, is not bearing any fruit, right? So I'm just like chop, 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 chop. I'm like, y'all ain't bearing no fruit. Chop, 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 chop. So what, we got to get it together. And so that's how it is in business. Like when I didn't see any fruit being bared from the things that I was doing, I was like politely like declining. Like, yeah, no. And y'all got to stop with the God told me, because I don't think he be telling y'all stuff. But anyways, and so then I had to step into a space of just like being obedient and saying yes to the things that God wanted me to do, which is like starting a whole nother community, the Courageous Christian Homegirl. And I didn't want to do that. But Jeremiah 1:8 says, I'm sorry, 1 Samuel 15:22 says, to obey is better than sacrifice. And then Jeremiah 1:8 says, don't be afraid of their faces, for I'm with you. And so I want you all to take away from that, like, whatever God has for you, whatever he tells you to prune, wherever he's telling you to walk into, just like, don't be afraid because he's with you. I don't have it figured out. And I really think that's why I have not been sleeping well, because I was so worried about like coming back to chat and chill. Like, what am I going to talk about? I've been gone for months. Even like with my coaching, it's like, I just been nervous, and it's just been tearing me up because I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, girl, all you have to do is say yes. Like, it's funny because I teach these things. And when it comes to me, thank God I have a really, really good coach. And she be reeling me back in. And I'm like, I don't know where she came from, but I'm so glad that God connected us in this season, because it's been so fruitful. Like, when I say all summer, I've been working on building, like ever since we got connected. Like, I've been working on building. Like, I've scrapped things, I've just done things, I've been sitting with the Lord. Like, she taught me how to like really sit with the Lord and gave me like a template. Like, it was it's so good. I'll talk about her on the next. But this is why I want to go back into coaching, because I believe the Lord was taking me through these things so that I could help other people, right? Because obedience isn't just like, okay, yes, it is, but it isn't. Every day we have to make the choice to say yes. Every day we make a choice to do what God has called us to do. And so the way that I'm going to do that is through one-on-one coaching. Okay. And so I have this framework, and it's the peace framework, because I believe in having peace. Okay. And so peace, you pray first, you evaluate your season. Like, is God pruning or planting? And I think that's what we need to understand. And I do believe that's why God had me gardening. He put it on my heart to garden last year, like heavy. And aside from they putting chemicals in the food, but it has really shown me things. um, and so align with his plan. And y'all have to realize that some, so when you garden, you'll realize that some plants thrive in shade and some thrive in sun and some thrive in partial shade, partial sun. And that's kind of like the same with our lives too. It's like, where does God want us, right, in this season to thrive? He may want you serving, he may want you giving, right? So we have to really align with his plan. And I do believe in this season God wants me to serve. I've always been a giver. Um, but I think in this season he's like, I need you to serve. And so that's fine with me because I love serving. Um, but yeah, and commit to routine. That is the one thing that people fail to do. And it is so difficult. People always ask me like, well, how do you work out so much? And I'm like, well, I'm committed to a routine, but I didn't start that way. And I want y'all to know that you don't have to start off doing something 5 or 6 days a week. I literally started off one day. I started off working out one day in my backyard, in the driveway, when it got cold, in the garage. I had on a hoodie. Like, I look back at my older videos and I'm like, wow, I was really outside, like working out. And then I built up to 2 and then 3. And then when it became winter, I was like, I need to get in the gym because it's 30 degrees outside. I'm cold. I got on gloves. Like, it's time, right? And so committing to that routine, like, yes, I get up early, y'all. My friends say I'm up with Jesus. She said I'm up before Jesus. I am up early, but that's because I have to be up early because I can't work out after a certain time. After 10 o'clock, I'm not working out. And then plus my ministry, my home is my first ministry. So I know if I'm working out in the evening, that's time away from my family. First of all, okay. Secondly, I'm tired. After I don't work all day, I'm not. And so my husband too, he was working out in the evening. So I wanted to give him time to also work out. So that's why I'm like, I'll work out in the morning. Okay. And then execute with grace. So growth does take time. When you're planting, you have to plant the roots first and then you get the fruit later. So through gardening, like if you garden or if you garden, I think that's the most fruitful, like the best way to see things is through gardening because you'll start with almost nothing and then come up with something. And so once you get the root or the plant in the dirt and the roots and all the things, then it takes time to like water. So when it's executing or growing, you have to make sure you're nurturing it and watering it and all the things. So that is the framework that I am going to take you through if you decide to coach with me. So if you're in the comments, what is one thing? I have a question because I always got a question. Do you know if you're in planting or pruning season? And what is maybe like one thing God has been pruning from you or yeah. What has God been pruning in your life? I'm like pruning from you. Y'all did not get a lot of sleep. What is one thing that God is pruning from you, or pruning in your life? And if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay so I can know, answer the question. I'm gonna also put it on the post because I want to know. And so, circling all back, I want y'all to know that obedience may feel like a loss in a moment, but it's just like the garden. Cutting back leads to growth. God wastes nothing because even when I'm like cutting the leaves and everything, and I felt bad with like throwing them out, I put them in a bucket. I did. I put them all in a bucket because I'm like, I just can't throw them out. But just know that God positions you for the fruit. So when He tells you to quit your job, when He tells you to stop attending this, when He tells you to move out of states, when He tells you to stop attending a certain church because you might have outgrown that church, when He tells you to stop hanging out with certain people or maybe stop eating things, I don't know, whatever He's telling you to do. When He tells you to shut things down, when He tells you to pivot in your business, like I be saying all the time, I know I probably look a little schizophrenic because I be like over here one day and over there the next day. But a lot of times it's really because God is like telling me no. Like at the beginning, middle of this year, I started off with my project management podcast. And I was like, I just knew I was going to be doing project management. And I had a business meeting with God. And He was like, yeah, put that on hold, sir. And I'm like, okay, I understand why, because I was actually using that as a crutch to not start the Christian home girl. Yep, yep. So, if you are interested in one-on-one coaching with me, I will leave the link in the description of this video. And this is pretty much what it's going to look like when we're coaching. We're going to do it over Voxer. So there's no need to be like, oh my gosh, I don't have time. Girl, you send voice notes all day. You got time. Trust and believe me, because I send voice notes all day. And that's one thing I will end it maybe with this is that I was trying to do things the way that everyone else was trying to do things, and it doesn't work for my life. It just does not work for my life to sit on a call every week for an hour. It sounds like, oh, it's just an hour. But when you really think about it, if I'm getting up at 4 in the morning to go to the gym, I'm working a 9 to 5. I have a 4-year-old that I have to get up and get ready. I have a husband. I have um a bonus child as well. I have to clean up the house. I don't really cook that much. My husband does. But when you think about all these things, like keeping a 4-year-old together is work in itself. But when you think about all of that, and then too, I be wanting to do my own thing. I don't have time to sit on a call for an hour, but can I voice note? Yeah, because that's just the season I'm in. Maybe when, my child gets older, I will have that kind of time and energy, but I just don't. I just don't. And I'm like, surely there are more people out there like me that just don't have that kind of time or energy to sit on a Zoom call. Now, do I offer Zoom calls? Yes, absolutely, because some people need that. I'm not one of those people, but just because I'm not one of those people doesn't mean you're not one of those people. And that's what I think I love about my coach so much is that I can literally message her now and she may not respond today, but she is going to respond by Monday. And it ain't nothing urgent. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing urgent because I know what time she's going to respond or the days that she's going to respond to me. Um, or whatever. Now, if it is urgent, I'm just going to take it to the Lord, to be honest, because at the end of the day, He is the one. He is the ultimate business coach. You know, He is the ultimate business coach. But I'm just saying, like, I just understand. I understand life and I understand what it feels like to be put in different directions. Like, I think when Liam was like, from the time he was born up until maybe last year, Saturdays, we was ripping and running. We were in swimming, soccer, basketball, gymnastics, busy. So do you think I got time to sit up on the phone with you? Baby, send me a voice note, okay? And I didn't think that that was possible. I didn't think that that was something that I could do. But again, I've just been in this season of uh scaling back, cutting back, figuring out life, okay? So, again, link is in the description. If you are interested in the private podcast, I will link that below as well. And y'all, I got these braids. Let's talk about these braids. Hold on. And they are waist length. Like and I'm ready to cut them bob length, okay? Like, geez, y'all pray for me. Next time y'all see me, I'm gonna have some bob length braids. But anyway, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here because it's time. I'm ready to go eat breakfast. I'm gonna be honest. So I will see y'all back here on September 20th. Make sure you subscribe. I'm gonna figure out this video thing because I actually recorded in Riverside just to like see, and I'm like, what better way to test it? But I really like it. So I'm gonna just go back to just recording straight on YouTube and we just gonna, go with it. All right. Make sure y'all check the post so y'all can see the garden and what I've been doing this summer as well. Y'all have an amazing day. Share this video, like, and all the things. Y'all see my voice getting weak. I told y'all. These allergies. This is what I was dealing with for 6 weeks, but I was coughing as well. Okay, y'all have an amazing day. Bye.